President Fernández, thank you for joining us for Peace Day Live.
Thank you very much. It is really an honor and a privilege to be part of this very important initiative. I'm thrilled with it.
Fantastic, thank you. So, the first thing I'd like to ask you is, could you tell us about yourself and your life's journey?
I am a lawyer and a diplomat from Argentina. And my life journey, well, like everybody's life journey, my life journey is very much affected by my personal context, by the circumstances of my country, Argentina. You may know that Argentina was under a very violent experience in the 70s. We had a military dictatorship that infringed the human rights of Argentines in a very serious, egregious manner. And when Argentina transitioned to democracy, Argentina and the people of Argentina put a lot of emphasis on justice. Justice as a way of dealing with this legacy of past abuses and to prevent future atrocities. So there was a lot of emphasis in bringing the perpetrators of these egregious crimes to justice. And actually, these efforts continue today. You know, justice can be very slow, but it has arrived and is continuing. So as a young diplomat, I had the great chance, the great opportunity to join in justice efforts worldwide, to extrapolate the experience of Argentina to the global scene, because I was at the time, it was at the early 90s, and there were all these efforts to create the International Criminal Court, as well as other tribunals for former Yugoslavia and Rwanda. But the International Criminal Tribunal was the first. It was supposed to be the first permanent general international tribunal to bring perpetrators of genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression to justice. So I joined in these efforts with great passion. And so I was so fortunate to be there, to be able to participate in the creation of this court that happened in 1998 on 17 July. And then after that, I continued. And actually, I joined the court. I joined the court first in the office of the prosecutor for the first investigations. And then I came back as a judge and eventually as a president of the court. Then I finished as president in 2018, but of course my passion for justice did not end there. I participated in other initiatives of justice more broadly at the national level as well. But then I came back to the Rome Statute system, which is the treaty of the International Criminal Court. I came back as president of the Assembly of State Parties of the International Criminal Court, which is a function that I'm still occupying today. So I'm still working for the success of this relatively young institution.
Can I ask you, I mean, we're meeting today, the 21st of September, the UN International Day of Peace, you know, unanimously adopted by every member state of the United Nations as a day of ceasefire and non-violence, a day for us to come together in our homes, our communities, our schools, places of work, and between countries, where we hope, you know, agreements can be made on this wonderful day where we reconcile our differences and forgive each other. Tell me, why is a day of peace to you so important?
I think it's hugely important. I think it is to me, and I hope to many, many others, because I believe that to have a dedicated day to justice, it did help us to focus on the importance of peace and how to promote it. It is the day to take, I would say, a deep breath, look around, and see how we can stop violence together. We have to see this. Well, we are now in a very fragmented, very violent world. Unfortunately, we see conflicts in all continents. We see them in Europe, in Africa. We have violence also in Asia, in the Americas. So this is the day to look around, to see how we can contribute to stop ongoing violence, how to cease hostilities, and prevent future atrocities. I have myself very much focused on justice because I think I'm really convinced that you can achieve or you can contribute to achieve peace through justice. So this is one of the ways. But this is the day to think together in how to do this. So I think it is extremely important. That's why I'm so happy to be able to contribute to this initiative. To have dedicated days to very important issues is huge in order to really galvanize support.
So we have the Sustainable Development Goals, these 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And when I look at them, President Fernandez, I obviously look at Goal 16, peace and justice. And I think to myself, how can these other 16 goals become a reality if Goal 16 isn't a success? Because without peace and justice, I'm not sure how we can do anything. What's your view?
Well, I could not agree more. Justice is absolutely essential for peace. And actually, that's why I already said it. I think you really need justice to achieve peace, to prevent, to address past abuses, and to really fight for a better world, to have some address and to give some remedy to victims. We have always believed that the International Criminal Court is a huge contribution to this goal, to Goal 16, which is about giving access to victims to justice. And this is something also extremely important. Victims need to have full access to justice, to participate in proceedings, to be able to request reparation, because this is hugely important. Justice is not just about sanctioning perpetrators, it's about giving a remedy to victims to help to heal and to reconciliate, because also justice brings healing and reconciliation and to affected communities. That's why it's so hugely important to link justice to peace. I don't think, and actually one of when we were negotiating the statute of the International Criminal Court, there was an organization saying no peace without justice. That still exists. But this is very much the premise behind creating these institutions. You need justice for sustainable peace. And so it is absolutely interlinked.
There are some people who might not know what the Assembly of State Parties to the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court is, and they might not know its mission. Could you, for those who don't, clarify that?
The mission of the court is to bring the perpetrators of the worst atrocities before justice. The International Criminal Court is a tribunal, so its work is judicial. The court investigates and prosecutes the main perpetrators of these crimes. Not all crimes, only the gravest crimes of all: genocide, crimes against humanity, war crime, and the crime of aggression. So these are the crimes that everybody believes that they are a threat to peace, and also the crimes that affect the international community as a whole. And that's why it was created with this global aspiration that this court would be able to investigate and prosecute these crimes wherever and by whomever committed. The court has this global aspiration, is still not universal. 123 states have joined the system, but this is a two-thirds of the international community, so this is quite big, quite significant. So this is the mandate of the court, and I want to return also that part of this mandate is also to address the harm suffered by victims. I have already told you that it is very important to give access to for victims to participate in proceedings and also to seek reparation. The International Criminal Court is the first court that has done this, that has given this role to victims in the proceedings. They can participate in the proceedings. Thousands of them participate through legal representatives in the proceedings that are held in The Hague, which is the seat of the court, but also they can request reparations for the harm they have suffered. So the court also develops programs to this effect. So the victims are very much at the center of the life of the system of the court.
So for individuals who are out there, how important is it for individuals to take small actions towards the manifestation of a more peaceful and sustainable world?
I think it is crucial that each one of us takes action to contribute to peace and to contribute to justice. And small actions taken all together, they constitute a big action. So there's no small action that is irrelevant. They all contribute. And these small actions can take various forms. For instance, an individual can contribute to these goals, for instance, by signing a petition, by joining efforts on others to demand from from their governments to cease hostilities, to protect victims, to protect civilians, to pass certain laws, or to join certain treaties, such like the Treaty of the ICC. So I think individuals can contribute in many ways from their different perspectives and roles. Journalists can help to contribute to disseminate information about initiatives on peace and about the work that is done by others as well, so others can join. Professors can also help by promoting events and initiatives. Students can help by learning about it and joining in others' efforts. So many can join from their individual's perspective, and these are extremely important because at the end of the day, it is the sum of each one of us that create momentum and help to move things forward. And of course, individuals can also help by also trying to work inside these institutions. So this is a fantastic way of learning about the system and contributing to its work. They can do it from formal positions, but also internships and other contributions. So small actions are extremely important. And that's why it's also very good to have these dedicated days so individuals can focus and see, hey, what can I do?
So if people want to support the assembly of state parties to the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, can they do that? And how do they do that?
Well, they can do that for sure. The assembly exists. The Assembly of State Parties is the organ that is composed of the 123 states that have ratified the treaty, that they are part of the system of the International Criminal Court. And this assembly has many roles. They do the oversight of the management of the court. They approve the budget. They adopt legislation. They elect judges and officials. But most importantly, the assembly is the goal of the assembly is to help to promote and protect the court, its goals and its activities. And one of the main priorities, I would say, of the assembly is to contribute to enhance the universality of the system. I told you there are 123 states that are part of this system. We need more states. And individuals can do a lot to join in the efforts of the assembly to do that. By, for instance, as I mentioned, they can help to disseminate information about the court. They can promote actions by their own governments that have not done so yet to ratify the treaty. They can demand more cooperation with the institution, even if they are not parties. So they can contribute individually or as part of civil society organizations, for instance. They are an extremely important part of the Assembly's community. So they can join in their efforts, like also the efforts of human rights defenders who cooperate with the court. So they can, the Assembly also tries to promote and to protect this cooperation. So individuals can help the assembly by joining efforts in this type of work.
President Silvia Fernández, thank you so much